Good morning, madam.
Uh, Very good morning, sir, and my sincere apologies for the late. There was some technical
Okay, it's
issue.
okay. It's okay. No issue. Only few participants are there, so we can wait.
Okay, sir. Good morning, sir. Very good morning to our respected guest speaker for today, Professor Dr. K.P. Singh, and also to our respected director, sir, Professor Dr.Avindu Nayak. I welcome all of you to another interesting webinar, which is being talked about today by our respected guest speaker, Professor Dr. K.P. Singh. Before handing over the lecture to sir, I would like to introduce our respected speaker for today. Professor Dr. K.P. Singh is an accomplished academician driven by a fervor for teaching research and organizational administration. Presently, he holds the esteemed position of Professor and Director, Institute of Indian and Foreign Languages, and Director in Charge, Institute of Social Sciences at MGM University, Chhatrapati Shambhaji Nagar, Maharashtra. With more than 2 decades of professional experience, he wears multiple hats in the academic arena. He also received outstanding faculty awards for his exceptional teaching. His journey has encompassed curriculum design, research mentorship, editorial responsibilities, and participation in various committees with distinct roles. His teaching portfolio boasts a diverse array of courses ranging from British literature, ELT, literary theory and criticism, post-colonial literature, Indian literature in English, human values and professional ethics, research methodology, business communication, and caters to students across UG and PG levels, even conducting PhD coursework classes. His academic interests are as varied as his experiences, spanning post-colonial studies, Indian intellectual tradition, Indian writing in English, professional communication, and value education. Beyond the classroom, he actively contributes as the assistant editor of the esteemed Critical Contours, a multidisciplinary journal, Parnassus Literary Journal, and holds advisory and editorial roles with Creative Saplings and even UEM's international peer-reviewed journals. He's also deeply engaged with MGM University's academic governance, serving as a member of the Academic Council, MGM University, Chairman Board of Studies, Member Board of University Teachers, member of the External as well as Internal and Research Advisory Committee, Member Board of Examination. His research papers have been found their place in esteemed national and international journals like Scopus, EBDC, Web of Science, ESCI, and UGC Care, reflecting his unwavering commitment to scholarly exploration. He has also presented research papers and delivered keynote addresses and invited talks that showcase his thought leadership. Delivered keynote address, conducted faculty development programs, workshops, and chaired sessions at conferences and seminars. His extensive and multifaceted experience positions him as a valuable asset to the broader academic fraternity. So without much ado, I would like to welcome our stalwart speaker for today, Professor Dr. KP Singh, who will enlighten all of us on the topic entitled Hashtag Feminism and Digital Patriarchy, Social Media's Double-Edged Role in Gender Identity. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your very detailed introduction. I'm really thankful to you and sir for inviting me for this session. So, good morning to one and all present over here, all the esteemed faculty members, students, and guests. It is a privilege to be with you today to speak on the theme that reflects the evolving contours of both activism and oppression. In our digital era, hashtag feminism and digital patriarchy, social media's double-edged role in gender identity. Actually, in today's world, where a post, a hashtag, or a tweet can reach millions within a second, social media has emerged as one of the most powerful tools for public discourse. Feminist activism has found in it both a platform for revolution and you can say battlefield for resistance. Sometimes I reflect that have you ever paused during your scroll to think, is this feed which while you are surfing internet or different social media platforms, that the content which you are watching is freeing me or framing me? So welcome to this conversation that's not just trending, it's a transforming. In an age where revolutions are born and tweets and movements march through memes, social media has become our battleground as well as our breakthrough. So, today we are going to explore how this digital terrain uplifts, suppresses, inspires, and intimidates, as so many threats are there. But more importantly, we will ask, what are we doing with it? Are we passive users or powerful change makers? Even when I would be concluding this session, I will leave certain questions to the participants, although less here, but I feel that they can join in the conversation, come up with their views. So let us reflect and decode the dual nature of this digital world in which we are living today. In this digital age, social media has become a very important tool for voicing. When we say hashtag feminism, it emerged as a powerful movement that simultaneously empowers and endangers. This is the problem. Empowers as well as endangers. Why? While platforms amplify feminist voices and awareness and perpetuate digital patriarchy, misogyny, cyber violence, and so on. So, this note delves into the ambiguous role of social media in shaping gender identities. As we know, uh, that feminism is basically a movement and ideology. I would like to share, I have one PPT also prepared, so let me share that. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible. Full screen is yet to be visible.
Now it's okay?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. So, we see when we talk about feminism, hashtag, digital patriarchy, gender identity, as all of us know very well, that when we talk about this feminism, which is a socio-political and cultural movement, advocates for gender equality and challenging patriarchal structures that basically oppress women and marginalized genders. As Mary Scheer quoted well, feminism is the radical notion that women are people. Very sensitive remark. Or you see Audre Lorde when remarked, I'm not free while any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own. So you can say that how various aspects have been explored, assessed, remarked by famous scholars, critics, writers, feminists. Even, when somebody said, like, a feminist is anyone who recognizes the equality and full humanity of women and men. So, since beginning, we can very well understand that how these various movements emerged, came into existence, but what's the current status? We have to look at, we have to observe that. In this digital era, which really got a platform where we can voice our views, our notions, but still we find that this platform, who are the creators? Who created this platform? and what actually is there. So, as it is said, the revolution will be tweeted. So, here we are to explore how this social media platforms empowers and oppress this, gender identities, as these platforms amplify both feminist voices and digital misogyny. We cannot ignore. These are the key words which we are taking in our discussion when we are talking about hashtag feminism, using hashtag to promote gender justice. It stands for women empowerment, and at the same time, we are talking about digital patriarchy. It is an extension of gendered oppression. Identity, one's personal experience and expression of gender. And overlap this exists in how each influences online activism. Various movements all of us saw in the past, either it is a Me Too or Yes, All Women, He for She, and so many. They are supposed, and they really give voice to the voiceless, enable global solidarity, fast mobilization of activism, educates about intersectional feminism. But now, when we talk about digital patriarchy, refers to the extension of patriarchal control and gender-based oppression. This is somehow very much threatening. That in this platform, which is supposed to voice equality, but what we are seeing that at the same time we are observing gender-based oppression into this digital and online spaces, often manifesting as a cyberbullying, objectification, surveillance, exclusion from tech leadership, and silencing of feminist voices. Even you will be surprised to know, or you might be familiar that famous politicians, celebrities, they are the victim of cyberbullying. Miss, this digital platform, how powerful it is. When we say that this online harassment and abuse or algorithmic bias against women, as says by Xenia Del Valle, AI systems learning from data filled with stereotypes often reflect and reinforce gender biases. We are living in an era of artificial intelligence, but still we find that these things are uh, not somehow promoting equality or something which we are expecting from the society. So that is why this digital patriarchy is in the form of online harassment, where trolling, doxing, revenge porn, cyber stacking, targeting women in so many forms. And you see, if you go for various facts and figures, almost more than in somewhere in in one and other form, 80+% women, they face this kind of cyberbullying, or somehow they have been targeted, trolling. When we are talking about this digital gatekeeping, women underrepresented in tech leadership and development roles, body surveillance, because social media amplifies unrealistic beauty standards. And that is also one of the major reasons for this patriarchy. How even when we talk about this post-colonial perspective regarding uh, superiority, so this color is somehow plays a very important role, that white is superior. And when we are talking about this various beauty standards, this body surveillance, it comes an important not only example but a trend. And another aspect which we find, that silencing dissent. Feminist voices are disproportionately attacked or shadow banned. Even we can easily observe that uh, in group chats. Okay, I have given later on these uh, various examples. Either is a group of working people working in certain organizations, or a students group, or even family group. Okay, how you find that people, on the basis of something very common, in an informal way, when you decode deeply, then you come to know that this is the psyche, this is the somehow this patriarchal notion, it works. And that is why what happens, these feminist voices are somehow attacked or silenced. Okay, there is a report. According to Amnesty International 2021, 1 in 3 women globally have experienced online abuse. This is a big number. Out of 3, 1. And as this data, even I'm not very much convinced with this, although it's of Amnesty International 2021, because they take a sample size and analyze that sample, and accordingly they provide. But actual figure is more than this. Not out of 3, 1, but I think it's more than that. Because just look at the society, the mindset, that how people are responding these things. Another very important aspect which we find, that a Pew Research survey found that 64% of women aged 18 to 29 faced online sexual harassment. When I said this number 62, 64% of women, this is a big number. And when we are talking about hashtag feminism, which stands for power, but now if 64% women of age 18 to 29, they have faced, if we include all women, then definitely this number, this percentage will increase. So where we are, it's a big question about the present situation. The question is that, are we living in a civilized world? What stands for this discrimination? Can gender be the reason for this discrimination, harassment, or another report of NCWIT 2023? It says that only 25% of computing related jobs are held by women. So there is a huge gap we are finding. So trolling of Indian journalist, famous Rana Ayub, and activist Sneha Rashid, Shahla Rashid, and some celebrities, Bollywood celebrities, uh, and now a big challenge is these deepfake porn and AI generated non-consensual images targeting female public figures. Means anybody can create and distort their images. So this has become a big threat in today's time. Definitely, this era of artificial intelligence, science, technology, but somehow the associated values regarding gender equality, somehow it's a very unpleasant, it's a very threatening. And what will be the future, what will be the way out, we have to discuss, because in such platforms, in various academic forums, we come up with the real situation we talk about. But still, somehow we have to, as a responsible citizen, we have to look up that what are the way out, so that we can expect a society where there is a harmony, where there is a respect for gender. There should not be any kind of discrimination just on the basis of this. So when we are talking about this uh, social media's double-edged role in gender identity, this dual role, or uh, while empowers voices advocating for gender justice and identity, but at the same time, how it perpetuates patriarchal norms, misinformation, and violence. And as we see, uh, these are the real case studies I have included, which really sparked nationwide accountability and internationally promoted. Since we are talking about double-edged role of this, so how there are positive aspects as well as the negative one. So we have to think where we are moving. We are using it for creating awareness, builds community, encourage activism, or misogyny and trolling, algorithmic suppression, policing, and identity. So all these are how we are going to use this process, definitely, but at the same time, different rules are there. So what would be the way out? A society which doesn't care for certain values associated with the life of its people, irrespective of gender, somehow uh, cannot be said as a civilized or ideal society. So this is my question to all of you, those who are present here in the discussion, that what kind of society they are expecting, what kind of values should be associated with that. We are talking so much about the various issues related to gender, but what should be what are the outcome after so much academic discussions, so much talks, so much movements, but still, if we look at the current situation, it's really alarming. Somehow, this uh, various aspect, as it is what I think, that scroll through your feed, share one empowering and some empowering post, discuss how these posts impact your perception of gender identity. This will create not just a perception, but also, because only awareness will not be sufficient. There must be strong action against that. And what would be those actions which can really work for where we can get something meaningful, because technology is something not neutral. We are inside of what we make, and it's inside of us. Technology is not neutral. We are inside of what we make, and it is inside of us. So, definitely, social media has changed the game for feminism. It's our weapon and our war zone both. Up now, we have to think how to use that. We are in war zone. Social media is our weapon. We cannot be relaxed because when we are talking about social media as a tool for empowerment, then definitely I acknowledge that there is a positive power of this platform, digital platform, amplifying voices, movements, as I told, that Me Too, Times of Why I State began with a single voice, but were, these were amplified across the globe by social media only. Otherwise, it would have been very difficult to reach to, common women, ordinary women. But you see that with this, ordinary women found themselves part of this extraordinary change. What once needed gatekeepers, mainstream media, publishing houses, or academia is now very much accessible through a smartphone. Even today, you know, participants from two countries are interacting here. We are sharing this platform. So this is really something, a big, achievement of this digital era. Okay, it is creating spaces for dialogues. And when we specifically talking about platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and other various social media platform, we find that these have become spaces where individuals, especially young people, engage in dialogue about gender identity, intersectionality, and justice. So these platforms democratize discourse. They allow marginalized voices to be heard, seen, and validated. Anybody can reach. So this is something very, can be seen as a big achievement of this digital era. And you see, even we see that people, those who are not literate, they are also using such platforms and expressing their views in their, mother tongue, while just recording a simple video. So this is something challenging the norm. Social media users across genders have been creatively challenging these stereotypes, but it through reels that question domestic gender roles, or tweets that confront sexist language. These micro acts of resistance add up to macro cultural shifts. So all these aspects are there in raising awareness. So many campaigns, just because of they became possible, they could see the light of the day just because of these various social media platforms. Girls Not Brides have educated millions about gender injustice across the world. So, awareness is the first step to action, and social media excels at making issues visible, urgent, and shared. So, if positively, and I really appreciate people, those who are working day and night related to, gender equality, and raise voice against gender abuse, against patriarchy, against whatever is a stereotype. But at the same time, we find that another picture, another side of coin, social media as a reinforcement of patriarchy, where as a tool for empowerment, we find that it is also a reinforcement of patriarchy. So online harassment and abuse, it's a very common feature which we can see, online. Uh, if we see women, especially feminist voices, they find themselves targeted by trolls and subjected to cyberbullying, doxing, even rape threats. So their digital presence becomes a site of intimidation rather than expression. And sometimes, senior politicians also, uh, became victim of such kind of situation. So this digital patriarchy somehow attempts to silence resistance through fear. We can see very well that these various platforms created by people having the same mindset. So they found extension, okay, they found a platform where such voices can be expressed freely, even most of the times with hidden identity. They express their ideas, their views. So when we are talking about uh, reinforcement of patriarchy, so we can see that how this is reinforcing this gender stereotypes. While some content empowers, much of it reinforces outdated, toxic standards. Influence, culture often, promote certain things which are unattainable. Either it is related to beauty ideals. Okay, several memes and videos may mask misogyny as a humor. Okay, so what would be the result of all these things? So deep internalized insecurities, especially among adolescent girls, it increases. There is a big threat. Most of the times they receive, either via, various social media platforms, or used as a tool where they receive such kind of threats. And uh, long back, I have read one article related to eve teasing or bullying, and then this digital platforms became more accessible for such people, such mindset or misogynist, where every woman once in a life faces such kind of unpleasant experiences. So this is a really a big question, and not about the women. Irrespective, when we talk about gender identity on the basis of gender. Okay, once I was talking to a transgender, and how that, the experiences, I came to know that, you know discrimination just on the basis of appearance, denied entry inside the mall. Okay, subject to, mockery, laugh. So, so much they faced in their life. And gender cannot be subject to discrimination. But yes, in this civilized society which we boast, in, that we are living in a 21st century, in a digital era, science, technology, we are, in different planets we have reached, but still in this planet we are unable to live with the peace, with the harmony, irrespective of genders. So this is a question for a civilized society, that, yeah, how it is possible. Huh? You see that, as I, in the beginning I mentioned about how algorithms feed us what we like, not what we need to hear. So this social media becomes an echo chamber. reinforcing these gender biases, misinformation, and resistance to feminist narratives. Productive dialogues is lost in a sea of this digital noise. So I think that there is so much to uh, work on, because it seriously affect mental health. There is impact, because unrealistic portrayal of perfection and constant comparison, can take a toll on mental health. The pressure of the pressure to perform identity online, whether feminine, masculine, or non-binary, can be emotionally exhausting. Okay, that is why it is a really double-edged sword. So what now? How do we reclaim the power of this digital without succumbing to its danger? Because there are so many dangers. What I feel, that there must be a critical engagement. We must learn to use social media mindfully, not just as consumers, but as critical participants. Feminists need to question, challenge, and shape the algorithms and cultures they engage with. And when we are talking about a feminist, it is not role of the feminist, actually it is the society, because largely it is a social and cultural construct. Long back when I read a famous book by uh, the title of the book is A Vindication of the Rights of Women by Mary Wollstonecraft. You know how beautifully she observed, especially related to women, that education which makes the all difference, and it is the society which provides a specific education to women, and the expectation is something different from them. For a girl child, they are taught from the very beginning. The society teaches that what kind of toys they play with the kitchen set, huh? With the dolls, because if because with this society how train them, okay, that your future is inside the kitchen. As famous writer Milton wrote, uh, women for hearth and men for field. Somehow these aspects, these writers, they have uh, decided that what should be the role, just on the basis of biological aspects. In current situation, that in current times the situation is entirely different. So I think that this critical engagement definitely will uh, improve the situation. Intersectionality, because digital feminism must be inclusive. It must represent women of all races, castes, classes, abilities, and sexual orientations. Otherwise, we risk creating a digital feminism that is exclusionary, as the structures uh, we seek to dismantle, for which we are here. We are talking about this. So we have to somehow promote uh, positive online culture, where we have to means uh, think about they get what they means respect. They should not face discrimination, and this promotion is only possible when there is call out hate, celebrate progress, share empowering content, demand accountability from platforms. So let us be the architects of an internet that uplifts rather than undermines. So that is very important aspect which we have to be taken care, because one of the greatest strengths of social media is its ability to connect, and the example is very much evident right now. Okay, that how from people from different location, different reasons, they can easily connect. So feminist movements from different regions, ideologies and language can unite to form a global force for gender justice. So when I'm seeing that this social media reflects and magnifies societal biases, as well as empowerment begins with intentional engagement. So that intentional engagement is really needed. And these are certain questions which I think all of us must reflect. Are we shaping digital spaces or vice versa? Why is trolling, silencing, activism? Or what future of digital gender identity do we want to build? These questions, I think, we have to think, we have to reflect what are the values associated with that, how we can make this society a better place. So, to conclude my talk here, hashtag feminism is not just a trend, it is somehow, we can say, it is somehow, uh, it is a testimony to the power of digital unity, but the struggle is far from over. And the patriarchy has simply evolved. Okay, now it has gone digital. So we have to very much be critical regarding this aspect. Uh, Let us remember that social media doesn't shape society, people do it. Because these various platforms, who created? It's the people. So, and if we use these platforms wisely, critically, and inclusively, we can turn the digital battlefield into a space of healing, learning, and definitely for transformation. So let us not fear the digital world, but let us shape it. So before you log out mentally from this session, let me leave you with this. Social media is not inherently feminist or patriarchal. It is purely reflective. It reflects the bias of its creators, the courage of its users, and the power of collective voices. So, when we know all these aspects, so we have to understand that the power of collective voices can really make a positive change in the society. Another aspect, feminism doesn't stop at a hashtag, it begins there. And digital patriarchy doesn't just troll individuals, it silences entire movements. So we have to be very much careful, aware, and the challenge is now is to consciously shape our online world into one that affirms, not erase, that includes, not excludes. And you have the device, you have the voice. Now, do you have the vision? This is my question to you all. So ask yourself, what future do I want, and how will I help to create it? Okay, so these questions which I wrote here, you reflect and then come up with something very positive. Okay, So thank you so much for this wonderful session. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Madhurima, madam, please.
I'm extremely grateful to you, sir, for such a pertinent issue, which is very different, which hardly I think anyone discusses about the impact of feminism on social media and how intricately you have explained about online gender abuse, female gender literacy, and how social media could help to dismantle patriarchy. Even I got to know so many issues about social media and its impact and how feminism plays an important role in social media. Thank you very much, sir, for your enlightening session. So now I would like to request the participants, if they have any questions, you can
Yeah,
write in the chat box.
if you have something to discuss or you want to add something, then please, this forum is open for that.
Yes, sir. So any participant, any student, if you want to present any question to sir, any observation, any experience of yours that you have faced in social media, maybe as a male or a female, so you are very much welcome to do so. You can either unmute yourself or you can write your question in the chat box. It will be addressed.
Okay, no issue. I think uh, things are very much
Yes, sir.
reflective.
Sir has explained it so nicely, so elaboratively that nobody has any questions. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so now I would like to request our respected director, sir, valuable session. One feedback has come from a participant that this session is extremely valuable. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
participant
Thank
is
you.
from Sri Lanka.
Okay.
So much. Okay, so now I would like to request our respected director, sir, Professor Dr.Avindu Nayak from Ashadi Wisdom Campus, Sri Lanka, to give away the vote of thanks and also to say a few words for today's webinar. Over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Madhurima. Please let me know, am I audible? Yes. Thank you very much, our today's guest speaker, Professor Dr. KP Singh, for your valuable and insightful session today. We truly appreciate the time and effort you dedicated to sharing your expertise with us. Apologies for not being able to turn on my video during the session as I was engaged in another director board meeting. So, yes, wish you continued success and we look forward to more collaborations in the future. Thank you very much,
Sure,
Dr.
sir.
KP Singh, for your this amazing session. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Also, thank you very much, our head of the department, Dr. Madhurima, for your great effort.
Thank you so much, sir. As I always say, no webinar is a success without the guidance and support of my respected director, sir. He has always been one of my guiding force behind the organization and the success of each webinar and each event. Thank you so much, sir. So with this, we come to the end of today's webinar. My heartfelt gratitude to our respected guest speaker for today, who has taken out his valuable time to address all of us on such a different and innovative issue about #feminism and what is the role of social media in it. Thank you very, very much, sir, for taking out your time and being such a
Thank you,
respected
ma'am.
and stalwart figure you are in humanities and social sciences. My sincere gratitude to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, and thanks to our respected director, sir, and to all the participants for joining in today's webinar. Sir, thank you, and hope to meet you again in future endeavors.
Sure, sure,
Because we
ma'am.
are also
Sure.
planning to organize some other kind of conferences, seminars, or maybe
Definitely.
webinar or workshops where we will be asking for your help. Thank you so much.
Definitely. I would be there whenever you will call. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
There's the entire chat box is flooded with a lot of
Thank you.
feedback regarding the session being so enlightening. Very
Thank
good
you.
session. All thanks to you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks to the participants for
Okay.
your feedback. Thank you, sir. Thank you and take care. Have a good day.